There we go. Yo, 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 what's up with it, everybody? It's Ant coming to you live here from my home here in Dallas, Texas. Hoping everybody's having a blessed Monday. Happy Monday, happy Monday. I have a great topic for everybody today. But hey, as you're coming on in, feel free to let me know where you're tuning in from, what part of the country, what part of the world. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, it doesn't matter. Let me know. If you're catching the recording in the comments, let me know what part of the world you're listening to. Also, let me know. Type in replay. We're gonna get kicked off here in just a second. We're gonna allow Facebook and YouTube to let everybody know that I'm pretty much live. But yeah, we're gonna get kicked off here in just a second. Coming on in, let me know where you're tuning in from, what part of the country. Today's topic is about open-mindedness. Hey Ruben, how you doing, man? My guy Ruben, he's on. That's my guy right there. He very, very amazing person, human being. If you're not following Ruben, I advise you to go follow Ruben. He great content as well. Positive person, amazing person. So yeah, we're gonna get kicked off here in just a second. Allow Facebook to let everybody know I'm tuned on in. Ruben's tuning in from Colorado Springs, you guys. From Colorado Springs. So we're gonna get kicked off here. Today's topic is about open-mindedness, you guys. And like always, I love to start off with a question. So my question for everybody today is, do you start your day off with an open mind? Do you start your day off with an open mind? And just think about it. You don't have to comment about it, but it's something that I believe that we all need to do in our daily lives is to start the day off with an open mind. And the reason I say that is just because so much in life goes on. So much in life goes on in our everyday lives, and we got to be willing to understand that everything is not going to go the way we expected. Things are going to happen. People are going to hurt us. Life is going to happen. But you got to have that open mind because with everything going on, you got to be able to look at the different perspectives on certain situations. Your mind is like a parachute, you guys. It's only as good as when it's open. To be point blank period. With a closed parachute, you can't go anywhere. You're just gonna fall straight down. And that's just how you will in life. Without an open mind, you won't be able to look at things in different ways. You won't be able, somebody could be coming to you presenting a business opportunity. And you can have that closed mind and just miss out on something that could be a great blessing for you and your family. So open-minded people don't care to be right. I had to tell people that when you have an open mind, you're listening to your friend, you listen to your family member, listen to somebody you're talking to, it doesn't matter. You're not listening to be right about something. You're listening you're listening to care to understand. You're trying to understand where a person is coming from. So you can pretty much respond to them in some cases, or just give them a listening ear so you can see why they feel the way they do. Because everybody has different things that happen in their life, and that's why they feel the way they feel in certain situations. Everything in life to me is about understanding. It's about understanding. When you have an open mind, you can go pretty much any place you want. You know, the Wright brothers had an imagination that one day we'll be able to fly around the world. And guess what? People catch flights every day around the world. All because they had an open mind, an open concept. Don't shut yourself off from the world because of what happened in the past. The past is the past. You cannot change that. But what can you do today that will allow you to open your mind up and realize that your life can be better? You can impact more people. You can be a difference. You can make a change. You can all of these things. There's a lot going on in the world, you guys, and nobody's exempt from seeing what's going on in the world, from the pandemic with COVID to George Foreman, with the police situation. And I had a conversation with a good friend the other day, and I guess this is probably the best example of this, because I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and it wasn't that he was racist or anything. He wasn't, you know, but he wasn't seeing it from the perspective that we were. Well, people die every day. People do this, all go through this all the time. And I was like, that is not the message that people are trying to portray. You know, what people were what a lot of African Americans were trying to portray, and a lot of people who were on the Black Lives Matter situation, and not just saying it's about that, but what they were trying to portray was a whole different message. But he was so close minded, he was so stuck in his ways, he wasn't trying to listen. And instead of me catching the attitude and being aggressive towards him and everything like that, because he is my friend, what I did was I listened to understand. I listened to where he was trying to come from, and then presented him with something in a whole different way. What if it was, I had a good friend of mine, Coach Myra. She said it today. What if it was your good friend? What if you could think about your closest, African American friend, black friend, however you want to put it? What if it was your friend that was, would it had the cop put their knee in his back? How would you feel? And so my question for you is the same way. Like, be open minded to listening to both sides. Don't be quick to react and just take one side. That's what. That's why counselors get paid so much. Because you want to know why counselors get paid so much? Because they're willing to listen to both spouses, both of them, the man and the woman, both sides. They're willing to listen to understand before they give feedback, you guys. And that's what open-mindedness is all about. It's not about being right. It's about understanding. And when you can understand, you're willing to see where another person is coming from. Whether it be in a relationship, whether it be with everything that's going on, whether it be when somebody presents a business opportunity, with an open mind, you'll understand where your coach is coming from. If he's trying to present something to you that can make you a better athlete, you got to have that open-mindedness, you guys. The eyes are useless without the mind. Your eyes are useless when your mind is blinded. When your mind is blinded to only one way, your eyes are pretty much just useless. Why? Because your mind is already going to tell you can see something good, and you still going to have that blinded eye to it. It's just the same way if I gave you a math equation. Some people may think that the only way to get to 9 is 6 plus 3. Well, in actuality, there's other ways to get 9. 4 plus 5, 7 plus 2. See, these are different ways, different perspectives. And that's the same thing with your life. Everybody's not going to see eye to eye, but are you willing to understand where another man or woman is coming from? Where are you willing to understand where your child is coming from? See, just because you're a parent doesn't mean you can't learn from your child. And just because you were a child that maybe didn't have your parents in your life don't mean you can't listen to an adult. It's the same thing. You got to be open-minded. You got to be willing to change. Don't just react on everything. Be willing to listen. Sit back and just hear where another man or another woman is coming from, and then respond. Take a deep breath. When somebody's talking to you, take a deep breath, think about it, and then respond. Don't be so quick to respond, you guys. Uh, okay, and I had this right here. I wrote this down. I said, the way you do things is not always the only way to do them. Always respect another person's way of thinking, because you never know where they came from beforehand. But when you have that open minded, when somebody, y'all should be able to sit down and have a conversation and truly understand. And then we got a couple of comments here, so I will put them across the thing. And I do have tips for everybody. I do have some tips, you guys. And then, some of the tips are: tip number 1, benefits. The benefits of being open minded. Tip number one, your benefit, letting go of control. When you are open-minded, you let go of the control. You free yourself from having to be in control of your thoughts. You free yourself to allow your thoughts to be open-minded in business, in relationships, in everything that's going on now, in politics, in religion. See, when you open-minded, you allow yourself to to experience new ideas and thoughts, and you challenge the beliefs you currently have when you start to become open-minded, you guys. And I believe that's a very powerful thing. Hey, Coach Myra, uh it's very, very powerful when you have an open-mindedness. Tip number two, when you have this open-mindedness, you start to gain confidence, because when you gain confidence, you're willing to understand where people are, and you meet. That's one of the things that really helped me out in business, because I'm willing to listen to a person, listen to them, see where they are, and meet them where they are, and not try to oversell them into something that they didn't want to do. Maybe they just want to be a customer in your business. Maybe they were just trying to show you, like we were talking about, a point of where we are in life. They were trying to show you so you can get to understand it. But with the open mindedness, with your closed mind, you couldn't do that. But you start gaining confidence that you can do the business, that you can become the athlete that you want to become, that you can go to college, that you can get that job, that you can get that promotion. And see, that's what open-mindedness allows you to do, because you start to gain the confidence, because you're willing to take in things, learn, and grow. Tip number three, with your open-mindedness, you start to be honest with yourself. And at the end of the day, that's more powerful than anything. Maybe you never looked at, we're going to use the same example. Maybe you never looked at the situations that's going on in America the way you did, and you didn't know that you were thinking that way. You were kind of brushing it off, but with your open mind, you're being honest with yourself. And then guess what? When you be honest with yourself, you're going to be more honest with the people around you. And you're going to let them know, like, hey, maybe you should look at it from their perspective, or maybe you should look at it from this perspective. You start to be honest with yourself. Being honest is being open-minded. You're being honest enough to admit that you don't know it all, pretty much. You're being honest enough to admit that you don't know it all. That's what I meant to write there. I wrote it down incorrectly. We all make mistakes. But see, I love this little thing, how I can put the messages on there. I hope y'all got value from this. I just want everybody to have an open mind. With everything that's going on in life life has changed for us. With the pandemic that's going on with COVID and all that, we have to be a little bit more open minded to taking care of our health. We, maybe have to start looking into plan Bs. Maybe you have to start you got to be a little bit open minded to understanding that your family is important, your true friends are important. Are you spending more time with the people that you love and care about? Are you caring more about life in general? So it's just a lot going on with an open mind. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I love to end off with a tip. And so my tip is from Martha Stewart. She said, without an open-minded mind, you can never be a great success. And it makes so much sense, you guys, because you just think about it. Every person that's ever done anything great had an open mind. The Wright brothers flying, the Oprah Winfrey's, the Steve Jobs, the Mark Zuckerbergs, they had open minds for change. The Bill Gates, these people had open minds for something different. And they accomplished something great because their mind was open. And that's what you can do in your life. You can be the greatest player that you ever wanted to be. You could become the best teacher, the best coach, you can become the president of the United States if you want to. You could do anything you put your mind to, but it got to be open first to do that. A closed mind is like I mentioned earlier. It's like a closed parachute. It's not going anywhere. It's gonna go. You're not. You're just gonna sink down, and that's what happens when your mind is closed. You just sink straight down. But when it's open, you can see the world. Jumping straight while you skydiving, you can just jump out and you can see the whole world. It seems like. That's all. I hope y'all got value from this. If you did, thank y'all so much for all the comments, the likes, the shares. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. And I'm going to give a couple shout outs. Hey, Ruben, thanks for all the comments, my buddy. It's always great to talk to you. Hey, Coach Myra. Coach Myra made it. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Coach Myra as well. Great, 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 great person. Amazing person from the inside out. And I promise you, she will always inspire you on a daily basis. She inspires me every day. And if you haven't tuned into their coaching corner, I advise you to tune into the coach's corner every morning at 9 a.m. Central. Hey, Miss Tracy. Thank you for all the comments here. Okay. If I missed somebody, I'm so sorry. Hey, you guys. Y'all have a great and blessed Monday. Let's go out today and make it a better day. Make it a better day. Find somebody and just say, hey, maybe they just need a hello. Find somebody in your phone that you love and care about. Call them. Tell them you love them. Why not do that? Be a blessing to somebody today, you guys. Peace out. I'll see y'all tomorrow.